with lipstick to match, holding a cocktail glass aloft in one hand, silver bangles sparkling on her raised arm, her eyes full of calm confidence, as if she had no doubts that life would deliver all the good things she expected. Then Niall, the youngest, at 19 years of age, caught in a pulse-quickening image down by the loch. He's posing on the diving board set into a rocky outcrop, his face taut in concentration, his body perfectly aligned in a formation that looks effortless but speaks of hours of practice. He is ready to take flight out into open space before executing a dive into the still, calm waters of the loch some 30 feet below. No matter how arresting they are, these images are eclipsed by those of Gabrielle. The next photograph is a formal one of Gabrielle and Leo, taken at an international literary event just weeks before their world imploded. Tall, spare Leo is dressed in black tie and holding a crystal trophy awarded for his latest collection of poetry. He looks uncomfortable in the limelight, as though he'd rather be tucked up in his study in Lyons Glen, writing his soul across the page. But standing beside him, Gabrielle more than makes up for his reserve. Always his muse, forever his beloved darling, she is smiling her brilliant smile. She's dressed in a jade figure-hugging dress, a ruby-stoned pendant gleaming at her white throat, her flame-haired, emerald-eyed beauty frozen in time. Lined up beside Alex, Lainey and Niall, it's obvious that only pale glimmers of her allure are reflected in each of her children, in their green eyes flecked with amber and shades of red-gold hair. Gabrielle's is a luminous beauty that shimmers forever. It will never fade or grow old. I hate her all over again for this as much as for what she did, ruining the rest of my life in the process. I'm tempted to stamp my foot. I want to raise my arm and send all the frames crashing to the floor. I want to cry out loud. But I've never allowed myself the luxury of tears. I clench my fists and go across to the long sash windows, taking a few deep breaths to compose myself. From the front of the house, the world stretches away, full of a raw, desolate beauty, an unspoilt panorama of stone-walled fields, gorse-covered hills, and glinting streams. It's a patchwork quilt of green, purple and brown granite, and flecks of slate, where shadows dissolve into sunlight, and clouds chase their reflections across to the sea. Up above, the skies are limitless. On clear days, high-flying aeroplanes trail needle-thin vapours across the heavens as they head out over the Atlantic, across to America. It's enough to make you dream of running free as far as the sea, like the glinting rivers, or taking flight out into the big wide world. But those kinds of dreams are long gone. The back of the house settles into the curve of the forest. Beyond that, the mountains form a towering backdrop, their pinnacles serrating the sky. Today the sunlight cloaks the summits in a veil of barley-sugar light. They do not always appear so benign. I've seen the peaks of Slieve Cree turn into menacing, brooding hulks in the blink of an eye when dark clouds scud over, blackening the horizon. As the family gathers in Lyons Glen this early September afternoon, everything appears to be calm and peaceful. There are no shadows creeping in corners, no sad whispers wafting through the passageways, no talk of buried secrets, or uneasy ghosts flitting through the rooms or up the curving staircase. That will change within the next 24 hours, thanks to what I have planned. To add to my devilry, a storm is coming. It's seething out in the Atlantic, gathering strength before it hurls itself onto this remote glen in a far western corner of Ireland, expected to hit landfall on Saturday evening. The timing couldn't be more perfect. Chapter 2. London, 1 week earlier. Vikki Gordon had a heightened sense of expectation as she squeezed her way through the Friday evening throng milling around the Thames waterfront bar. Clutching her tote bag, she weaved around stool legs and flailing arms.